Let's talk about how much PPG you have to plan for. This is not covered in any course because you know why? Because it's too scary. It's super, super scary to talk about PPC budget. Everybody just says, oh, just find a great product, pop it online, and people will just rip it out of your hands. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen often? Rather not. So we have to talk about PPC budget while you're doing your product research, because at the end of the day, you can have the best product. If you're not able to get it in front of people's eyes because you don't have any budget for PPC, for advertising, it's just not gonna sell. It can be the best thing. It can be, I don't know, a gold nugget for $1. And people, if they don't see it, if they don't know it, they can't buy it. So you need to make sure you have a good marketing budget. And I show you how you can find out how much you have to budget for. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so let's say you are selling organic facial scrub, which is actually a pretty good market. So you can always make a product different. You know, you can add bigger packaging, have great ingredients, make it even all US made or UK made, like super fancy pants. It doesn't need to come out of China. It's quite competitive. There's quite some sponsoring going on, as you can see. However, there's still always room because it's beauty and everybody wants to be pretty. The biggest issue with beauty products, as you can see, is the price range. So pricing can be really, really tricky. So how do you find out? Like, let's say you find a really great product and you can buy it for $2, which means you could probably sell it for around $12.15, which is right here and here. How much is the cost for advertising? Because as you see, it's quite competitive. So you're most likely not going to get onto page one for organic facial scrub straight away. You need to advertise. How do you do that? You run, best of my opinion, a manual campaign, because otherwise it's going to show you for everything. So you're running a manual campaign, which I always started here. Manual. Let's say you start with a budget of $20. It doesn't matter. I just put that in here. But in order to check how much keywords are going to cost, you obviously have already done your keyword research. You hopefully checked not just the keyword organic facial scrub, but you run hopefully through your biggest competitors, the guys that make a ton of money on that keyword, and see which other keywords they're ranking for and also make a lot of money on. And that's your little list. And this little list you can add into your manual campaign here. And bear in mind, you only can check all this and run these manual campaigns or any kind of campaign if you have a professional account. So when you do your product research, I do know a lot of people downgrade. If you downgrade, you can't check that. I know that there's a few tools that say they can also do that, but if you don't want to spend more money on another tool and don't want to like really get all these third-hand data, you're best off going onto Amazon and check stuff. So in your manual campaign, if you scroll right to the bottom, you have your keyword targeting, and that's where you can add them. You can add them as phrase, broad, and exact. I'm not going to go into detail what they mean right now. The pricing will be different. So if it's exact, it's generally the most expensive one because it's the most accurate one. Where broad, Amazon will also show you to just like some similar keywords, I would say. So let's type in organic facial scrub. Scrub. There it is. Do we have then maybe just facial scrub? Then maybe foliator scrub. I'll make myself smaller so I can actually see some more keywords. Oops, what else is here? Of here, maybe something like that, just if I have that. Doesn't matter. So you have hopefully a little list. And then what you do, just remove all these and I add these ones. Then you can have some sort of an idea. Choose a bit, doesn't matter. Just go for that. And then, so that's for the one where Amazon doesn't have a suggested bid. So you can see this one, there's probably no search volume, no nothing, so I don't know. But for these other ones, you can see for facial scrub, The maximum what people are bidding at the moment is $3.85. I know for a fact I've seen this at Christmas time. This was at $8.50 or something. That was crazy. I do believe a lot of people obviously filled little cosmetic stuff. You know, it's good stocking filler. It's a good little gift package. And I don't know, people just obviously want to beautify themselves as well. So beauty is always crazy high bids. So here you can see, let's say the average. So Amazon will always go, say, if you bid in the middle, we show you for a few lower keywords and a few higher ones. But if you calculate with that and say the average conversion on Amazon is 10%, most likely as a beginner with no reviews and maybe a little bit of a higher price, you will even have, probably just probably a conversion of, let's say, 5%, which means out of 10, only half a person will buy it. So let's say you get 20 clicks for one person to buy it, which would be awesome. Maybe you get even 2 sales, which would be great. But to get 20 clicks, you will need to pay $40 a day on average just to get these 20 clicks, and that's just on this one keyword. So obviously that's a really huge keyword. You can see this is a bit cheaper. So while you doing your product research, you do want to put some of your product keywords in here, like the main 10, 15. Just add them and just see how much is this going to cost me. If I want to get 10 clicks to get this one sale, I think in a sales funnel, I've been a sales manager for many years, so sales funnel 10 to 1 is pretty great. That's 10% conversion. Most people don't get this on their Shopify pages. If you're starting to have a big brand, it's probably going to be more around 20, even 30%. That would be awesome. At a complete beginner with no reviews, your conversion will be far below 10%, even with a great offer, and even if it's super cheap. So just bear in mind, it gives you some sort of idea on what you need. If your budget is only $5 a day, yes, so $150 a month for your initial launch, that will get you 5 clicks. Not even if we're looking here at this, I'll give you 2 clicks on that keyword, and then your budget is gone. 2 clicks, you might as well not run PPC at all. It's definitely not on this particular keyword. It's just there's no point of showing up 2 times and being clicked by 2 people, because that's just blowing money out. Because the chances that out of 2 people, 1 person buys, or even them 2, for a newcomer with no reviews is 0. Sorry, it sounds really harsh, but there's no way that it's gonna work, especially in a niche like that. So you want to make sure you do have a decent budget. I would say start at least with $10 a day. That's $300 a month. And based on these clicks, you can see how much they're going to cost, how much it's going to cost you. So you can see this one would be 60 cents because I added that, but this probably is not a really great keyword, because shave and exfoliator for women, you can always check in your keyword tracker or in Cerebro or in Magnet or any of your other keyword tools, what's the search volume. Based on a search volume, you get some sort of an idea if it's actually a relevant keyword. Would it even get impressions? That means, are people actually looking for it? So Amazon can even show you for it. Because there's no suggested bids and the bid here is very low, I highly doubt there's a lot of demand for this particular keyword. So people are not looking for it, which means Amazon can't even show you, so it won't get any impressions. So Amazon have to show you on these keywords. But you may find other keywords or have other products like, what else have we been looking? Let's say memory picture frame for pets. Oops. Yeah, so there's also no bid. But I do know that picture frame for pets, for example, is a huge keyword, or even memory picture frame is quite a big keyword. So you can combine these things. Or let's say you have wooden spoons or wooden plates, or let's say pampas grass. So we just check them, and you just, because these are all keywords that I know that people have launched last year, and then you can see quickly what's going on. That's the bids here. It gets quite high quite quickly. Pampas grass, that's not too bad, especially if you're in the lower end. So if you calculate an average with $1, that will be for a lot of categories enough. But for special categories like toys, electronics, supplements, beauty, it will not be enough. For those categories, you will have to calculate just with a higher bid, quickly $2, $3, $4, $5. And then it depends on your price. So let's just say your budget is $20 a day and you're making one sale and your product is only costing $15, then you are at loss. That's just how it is. So should give you an idea. I know this is a bit scary, but I feel it's important, especially since I haven't found any other video talking about this. It's super, super important because let's say you spend a lot of money on your product and you maybe even spend a lot of money on a great listing and photos and you're putting all your heart and effort in there. It will be very frustrating if you simply don't sell because people can't see you. So here, this gives you an idea of which keywords you can focus on straight away. You can also focus on certain keywords using this method, which ones you want to place in what order in your title and in your bullet points. And then you can go from there. You have a realistic idea of what this whole thing is going to cost you. Otherwise, you be promised you don't even need to run PPC, which I know that some people do, which is just simply, it's a lie. It's not going to work. It's going to be very difficult and very frustrating if you wake up every morning with no sales and eventually you're getting charged long storage fees and all this stuff because costs that are always costs, so it's time to recover them. So just let me know what you think about this, if that method helps you, if that gives you a little bit more of an idea of how much marketing budget you will need. I think it's super important that you don't forget that you will need some sort of marketing budget. And this is just for on Amazon, not off Amazon. As a beginner, keep that in mind. Make it a figure in your margin calculation. If you're interested in my calculator for my margin product research calculator, let me know. Then I'm happy to pop you an email through with my little Excel sheet where you can put these figures in. Very, very important. All right, thank you. Make sure you subscribe.